much more impressive building.
Yeah.
I guess that one we're not skipping.
Yeah. Interestingly enough,
Is that where the orcs are?
What's that? Sorry.
Is that where the orcs are?
Yeah, are we?
Lasan starts to feel it. Yeah, it seems like that is the direction.
And again, tracks,
Orcs and
signs.
Medusa?
Tracks, signs of any kind.
No, actually, in terms of tracks for
smell 'em?
orcs, nothing. You don't see any tracks for orcs. You just get the feeling that there's some there. And outside, there doesn't seem to be a lot of tracks for anything.
Okay,
there's no
describe the
road
building.
that goes here. Like,
Okay,
nothing.
describe the building.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Investigating. That's the one. Here it is.
Downloading flavor text.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, downloading right now. It's about 15 megabytes there. So give me a couple seconds.
Is that like a real progress bar, or is it one of those progress bars that just keeps looping around?
Yeah, well, no, it's a Windows progress
actually
bar.
means nothing.
It's a Windows progress bar.
Damn it.
Okay. Right. You would think that they would have something for that. I should have had this set up in my mind earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna make it up. Here we go. Right. So in the distance, you guys see a very wide, broad, not too high, building. It seems like something that if you wanted to, you could scale to the top of it there, without much of an issue. But it is very, very wide, broad, and very, just plain. Like, there's no carvings that you can see. There's no extra artistry. There happens to be little windows, like little square-shaped windows, with obviously nothing in the front of it. It's just little holes. They just kind of go across the front of this building, and this building is facing towards you at this moment. But in the middle of this, you can call it the front, I guess, or the back. You don't really have any idea. But in the middle, there is a rather wide, it's about, say, 20 feet wide staircase going up to a set of double doors. These double doors, I'm going to say that Lasan can see it quite well with your elvish eyes, they look heavy. But again, they're completely plain in the front. There's no extra anything. It's just...
Is this stone, wood?
It is stone.
Flat roof?
At least
Do we
it
have
looks
a
like
roof?
stone from here.
Flat top?
Any statues outside?
Yeah, and the top is very flat, that you can tell. Sorry, what?
So where do you have a big
statues
block?
outside?
Any statues outside? There, from this angle, would you see that? 1 second. I am going to...
Double door.
Right, okay, no, from this angle, you wouldn't see anything.
Okay.
One will assume we'll probably circle around the building to try to get a full glance at it before moving in.
Mm-hmm.
And looking for sign all the way around of anything.
I'm going to move you guys
Tracks.
in there right now, though.
There's something about this place. I think there's some kind of monster inside, not just orc.
So we're looking at basically a big, low, one-story
it
box
looks like
with little squares.
almost like a place of solitude, really, like it's almost like what would you call it? Like a temple, but very, very plain. Let's move you in here too.
It's a solitarium.
Yeah, exactly. It's a solitarium.
Which is not a word as far as I know, but it sure sounds like
it is
I
now.
like it.
It
It
should
sounds
be.
amazing.
Totally should be.
I'm gonna move you guys over there now. Hopefully everything is proper. Should I have? What time of day is it? It's still daytime, right? So we're going to have, at least at this particular moment, we're gonna have a global lighting set up. There it is, and we're gonna drop you guys over right now.
Global lighting setup. What time is it?
It's getting on into late afternoon.
Okay. I definitely would like to
Nice.
circle around this building.
Let's go ahead and drop that so these guys can see. All right, so
What do we go to see?
and the
Black.
viewers get to see some stuff happening, and I'm just gonna make sure I see what you see. Very good. So this is what you see right now.
See.
Right in front of you, you have the stairs,
Okay.
right? And just beyond the stairs, actually, where all the blackness is, indeed, that is the wall. So you're not seeing past that right now.
Yeah, there we go.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So, circling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can take control of your characters and you can move it around. Do you want to take the half ogre with you as well?
I think we want to bring him along.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think we want to just leave him outside.
There's
It's not
no-
the same.
there's no
the
reason.
tomb was a different sort of situation.
Is there
There's
no
also
grid
like
here?
access controlled.
What's that? Sorry.
There's no grid here.
Let's stop for a second.
There's a-
Oh, it does that thing where, God, why doesn't this just have like fog of war reveal? Because as soon as we're like off to the side, then the front becomes invisible, like blacked out.
Yeah.
I don't like this lighting thing.
Well, it needs to be there right now, otherwise you'll see the rest of the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
wish,
no,
like,
he that's
I
not
wish it
what
was
he
like
needs.
a fog war system where once we've seen it, it stays
It's
revealed.
Yeah,
open. Yeah.
exactly.
I will point out that yeah, that would be nice, dynamic lighting and all that jazz. But I will point out that as you guys rounded the first bend, there you did see a statue.
Okay, where?
Yeah, okay.
So back
Do a
back
pingy.
over here, ish, right there.
Where the ogre? Okay.
Yeah,
over
right where the
here is
ogre
Okay.
is still.
statue.
In fact,
okay.
the ogre's looking at it, just like, what is that?
Okay. Well, we would have
Can
too.
you,
Yeah.
I'm assuming
can you
we would've-
describe
Yeah.
statue?
Yeah. So the statue
Yes.
looks like a statue. There's nothing
Of
really.
a pony, a puppy, a person.
No, it looks like a stone, just a stone shaped,
It's a statue of a stone.
like a
made of
gargoyle,
stone.
basically,
Oh.
like a ward, or something like that. It's a gargoyle.
Okay, so it's like a gargoyle type thing. It's about like human sized or large size or small size.
It is. That's a good question. I think it's large size. I will check. Real
I mean, it's a
I
humanoid.
will check the monster manual. I mean, the
Is it-
description.
It's humanoid.
No, it's gargoyle-ish.
Yeah, like it looks like it looks like a ward, like an evil spirit type of ward type of thing.
The wings or
Yeah, no, it does have wings.
yeah, gargoyle.
Just looking for you there. 140. Should have that written down in my notes, but I do not, because I'm a loser. It is. No, it's medium.
Okay.
It's a medium size.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it. You can poke, prod, you can do whatever you want to it.
Mm.
If you're worried or whatever.
It's just a
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah.
Although I did have that vision of that Medusa in the orb. That
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
a little
well,
terrifying.
Yeah, we're worried about Medusas, but that doesn't actually mean we should smash all the statues.
So what else are we?
Right, so you're
what else are we
seeing
seeing
another
in this
statue now.
building?
I'll
And the
describe
side of the
that in a
building.
second. I'll get to it. You guys are moving fast.
No.
What is that? You also see another one, another statue right here, right next to you.
So you can just like describe as you wish rather than make us move.
There is that too.
I don't even know where you guys are. I can't even see you. Okay.
So
here we
as
go.
Tal, you round the bend. In fact, Eric, you do as
Yeah.
well. You see
Yeah.
ahead of you. Actually, can I get back to this? You see ahead of
Okay,
you
we're
a
together.
statue facing north, and then there's a secondary statue
there.
facing towards the west, right over here.
Yeah, we could, these are showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see those.
All right.
And what I'm doing is I'm unveiling them as you guys go by. So the one that you saw down
Okay.
below at the south is also now unveiled.
Okay.
So that's good. And right, also right ahead of you, right here, you see a small set of stairs, and there is a door.
Right.
And
I
what
like-
does the
I like the
building
back
look
door.
like? Are there windows? Is this just solid
Yeah, no,
stone
the,
brick wall? Like
the
what are we looking
There's small little square
Portals.
holes or windows, if
square.
you will,
Yeah.
that go into the side of the buildings, and they're spread
All
out.
the way
There's
around then,
one
so
here,
far.
and there's also one here. In
Okay.
fact, there's another one
Hey,
here.
You want to take a look at one of those? I give you a boost or
at? Well, he said it was very low. He figured we could just like jump up on the building or
Yeah, you
something.
could.
That it
You-
was
you
just
can
one
take a peek-
story.
you can peek
well,
through
yeah,
it.
it's just one story, but that still like takes effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna look in one of these windows. Is that what
If
you're
you want.
saying?
Yeah, you can if you like.
Are they dark? Are they open? Is it got a shutter?
There's
It's just
nothing
a
in the
hole.
way. It's just a hole.
There's no light coming from inside. Not a flicker of
No. In
candlelight.
fact, at this
It's
particular
just
point,
black.
there would be light going in,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
light coming out. Light going
Okay.
Tao, were you gonna take a peek into windows, or are you against that?
No, peeking in the windows is good.
in. Okay.
Okay,
Which
because
window are you peeking in?
we're looking at you because you're the light agile
No. The
one,
Or
assassin.
or like climbing thing.
Okay.
Person who's used
Like,
to
or,
climbing
what,
through
aren't,
windows.
aren't they? They're still like higher up the wall, right? They're not like just at eye level.
Yeah, no, you will have to extend some effort to get up there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said I give you
Why don't
boost. You
just
know.
give me a boost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay,
That
so
sounds like a good idea. I wish I'd thought of it.
Yeah.
so so these are not like windows at the side of a house that you can look in. These are just small holes along the top of the wall
Yeah,
above
they're-
our heads.
Yeah, there's no
Presumably
glass
to
panes.
let
Okay.
in, presumably to let in light. But we're gonna just prop
Okay.
Tao. I'll prop Tao up a little bit, and she can take a peek in there, and
Hmm.
hopefully not get shot in the eye.
Just
would
the
suck.
She
one
doesn't,
eye
she doesn't have
level.
a spare anymore.
The eye level, because there's only one.
Yeah.
All right, so prop me up.
Ooh, launchpad.
Yep.
Hello, launchpad.
Yep.
Great eye level. Eye level. Launchpad says eye level.
Yeah. So
This is a
we've
joke
said
to be
this.
made, apparently.
So we need to describe what happens after I prop Tao up, because that's where we are.
Right. Okay, so which window are you looking into, though?
We're over by one over here. You said there was a window here,
You
right?
said there was one
You're gonna like this
Here?
this one maybe, or no? There's one
Oh.
here, and there's also one
down
here,
here. Okay.
like right there.
Okay. We came to this one first. I think we
Yeah.
should probably have just checked this one.
Just
Take a
because
look
check
we're-
that.
inside there. Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
So I will describe the room inside. Inside,
I left out.
there are 3 water basins that you can see quite well because the sun is still high enough in the sky with the light sort of like moves around, reflects off
Yeah.
the smooth stone walls inside. Good
I don't
enough
know
where you
where
can
we're
see.
talking about.
Huh? Over here.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Right in here. Like inside.
Okay,
there's-
because there's no shared vision, right? So when Eric moves out of
Yeah.
the tiny microscopic area that I can see,
Mhm.
I have no idea
Yeah.
where he goes.
So where
Yeah,
can you
we
see?
can't even
This
see
is
each
why I
other.
keep complaining about this vision system. It's apocalyptically bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at this particular point, what I should have done,
That's
maybe,
bad.
instead of just plopping you guys down here, is just waited until you were inside.
No, you should just use the fog of war system instead of the dynamic vision.
Does
Well,
it have
maybe I
a
should
fog
do
of
that
war
too.
system?
Yeah. So then what would happen
Oh.
is Briarstone would uncover areas that we've
As we
seen,
get to
and it
them,
would
and then they stay
uncovered.
open.
Okay. Maybe if I try.
Because right now,
so
you guys
disorienting.
moved up the thing. I didn't even know where you were. Like you just
Yeah.
move out of
Yeah.
sight, and yeah, I can't.
We just
yeah.
disappear. It's not shared. It doesn't persist.
I'm gonna enable the fog of war. The thing is, I haven't messed with the fog of war. I'm just guessing that I am
Yeah.
able to just select and get rid of it.
Yeah. Make sure like the fog
Mm-hmm.
of war fills the map, and then you just basically delete the fog of war in areas. So you could delete the fog of war from everywhere outside, and then as we enter into rooms, you just delete the fog of war from that room.
Okay. So right now, once I
Okay.
do this, you guys are probably gonna be in complete darkness.
Okay, that's fine.
Or should I actually get rid of the global illumination first? No, that
Dunno.
seems.
Do the fog of war first so that we don't see anything.
Yeah. Okay. Let me
I'll let
let
you
me
know
know
when it
immediately if
goes
you see anything. So if we do this, you see anything, or does everything go black?
It's unchanged.
Nothing
it's
changed
We
for
see the
me at
same
all.
that we
You
saw
probably
before.
have to fill the map with fog of war to start off with, or something, or at least the house part.
Okay. So if I do fog of war enabled, I'm gonna go like this. Fog of war is
Okay,
enabled.
everything's black.
Okay, now everything's
yeah, I
black.
just see my one token. Nothing
Okay,
around it.
that's it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
me
everything
too.
is now black. Okay, that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
do. Okay, so I will now go back over here, and I will, because I definitely don't want you guys seeing stuff. If I do this, everything fine?
I still don't see anything.
Okay, good. Now I have to figure out how the hell to unveil the fog of war. That is going to hide areas, reveal areas. That's probably it, right?
Probably.
Right. So if I was to do it like this, I'm hoping that this works.
Yeah, I see a square there around Tau.
Okay.
Yay! Or no, not around Lee Sung. Sorry. Now around Tau and myself.
Right, so that's okay. Okay, so right now what you see inside this window is to there, I guess. So this is what you see.
Ooh,
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah. This is
Yes.
working now.
Good.
That's
I like
better?
it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also going to give you about some opening here so that you can look around.
Yeah, and where we started at the front of the map. Oh, it's so much better. It just everything else felt claustrophobic.
Yeah, and that's I kind of got that too when I was looking around. I'm like, well, but this, how else do I do it? And I didn't think about doing the Fog of War.
You didn't know. They're like
Yeah,
different
and
modes.
what's nice with this, you don't have to set up like all the vision blockers ahead of time. Right?
Right.
If you're like drawing like the vision blockers at walls and things like that, you don't have to do anything like that here with Fog of War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So you guys have done. Okay, you're up to basically here right now. There happens to be that wall, that window. Also, I have to be careful so I don't unveil anything extra
Yeah.
either. So this is what you've seen so far.
All right, great.
Okay, so we see the room with the 3 basins of water. There's a door. There's not really much else in there. I guess it's just wall.
So
Dark
this
garden.
room is empty of people. The windows are too small to crawl through, right?
They sounded pretty small.
They sound. He's going like this, so I figure like head size.
Yeah. Well, if you were a small creature, you could probably fit through.
Okay. The basins, are they like stone basins, wooden basins?
Wooden.
Are they buckets?
Yeah, they're like
What's
little half casks or something like that, if you will.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this doesn't sound like a puzzle component. It sounds like storage. Sure enough.
Yeah. And that's what
Interesting.
you see inside of that window. Yes.
Okay. So let's go check the next one then.
Yeah, let's peek through all the windows.
Okay.
Yeah, going clockwise like this. I
Right.
like
So as you peek in through this next window here, actually, I gotta make sure that nothing happens right now.
Oh, it's funny. I still can't drag myself through the wall. Haha, neat.
That's good.
Cool.
I was actually quite worried about that. Okay, good.
We can see.
But since we don't have vision like around ourselves, and we don't have a vision radius anymore, so that shouldn't be a problem. Like even if I could drag myself over there, it'd be like, okay, well, I'm in the middle of black.
Yeah. Like yeah, exactly. I put you in there, but until you manually move the Fog of War, it doesn't
Yeah.
make
So
a difference.
you have total control now.
Okay, good. So I will show you what you see in there. You're not actually going to see the entirety of it yet. I need to do that. I need to do
Is this like a
that.
table, an altar, a
Right, because we're gonna
statue?
get to that soon.
Okay, so right. And what I also have to do this. I have to select. It's like a bit more micromanagey, but I can do this. And we're gonna bring these to bear there. Okay. You also see looking in through the window there. Actually, in fact, you wouldn't have noticed that one, but whatever. They're moving around quite well. There are these. Actually, over here. There's these individuals with these stone masks. They're ornately carved. In fact, if you remember, there was this sort of thing back in Belliard. Some people have noticed that there were these people walking around with these masks in Belliard. And there was one that stood out to one individual that you talked to at the tavern that said that, it was at the tavern, at the Haunted Helm, I think is what the tavern was called, or something of that nature. And it left the same day that the delegation left.
A group of people with stone masks who are possibly with the person with the golden mask.
Well, no, they only ever saw the one golden mask.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they only saw one golden mask, but there were at the same time there were a bunch of guys with stone masks in the town.
No, just the one.
No,
Just the one stone mask guy.
one stone mask and one gold mask. Okay. Weird. All right. So they're moving around and just doing menial, like moving supplies around,
No,
or
this
anything.
seems
weird?
to be like a kitchen. So there's a bit of a smoldering
Oh,
flame
okay.
happening.
I can see
sorry,
that.
I didn't bring up that.
That's an
information.
oven in the center, then,
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
table
basically.
or an altar
Okay.
or
So they're not
statue.
doing alchemy or anything. They're cooking.
Yeah, basically. That's what you can tell. It
Cooking
looks like the
sticks.
efforts are about making food.
Okay.
Interesting.
In fact, let's say, is this it? No, this is a different one.
Well, yeah, because initially I thought, oh, we'll sneak in the back door. It's going to be great, a little bit more stealthy. But here, there's enough of them that I don't think we could take them down before there would be noise. And
Quietly,
a ruckus.
yeah.
So
I'm sure there'd be noise.
I guess we're going to continue our.
Yeah, I was going to
Well,
mention
let's-
what you can see from this because it says I have an actual
Yeah.
description I can read. This one has a description. Hot
Woohoo.
coals smolder in 2 big brick hearths in the middle of this room, and the smell of baking bread fills the air. Sacks of flour, casks of salted fish, crates of
Now I'm
dried
hungry.
vegetables, and wheels of cheese clutter the walls,
miss
along
my
with
bakery.
well-worn work tables and a collection of mismatched cutlery. A doorway to the west leads to a washroom, I can tell you that because you've seen it, where 3 large wooden tubs stand.
Okay.
And there's a door to the north that you can see as well.
Well, that's the door that leads out, and then is there a door to the south? Or is the orientation of the map not what we expect?
And another door leads south. It does say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we could take out the infrastructure of this place. We just take out the kitchen and the washroom, and then we wait. It's like a siege.
Yeah. That's actually very smart. Well, people get
You guys are
hungry,
screwed
right?
now.
People have got to eat. Right, so
When they
Okay.
can't go to the bathroom, then they'll come.
They'll come to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
Okay. Let's finish scouting out the building
Yeah.
We'll move to
There are
the
more
next
windows.
windows here.
Yeah.
before quietly. We're obviously being
Stand on
quiet.
Eric.
all right.
Yeah.
Keep our orky guy with us. I can't move him.
I have to remember that I have to reveal areas.
Gotta play our Scooby Doo music. Do.
So
Play
it's
the
like
accordion, guys.
poop, like that. Can you see that?
Oh,
Oh, these are deep windows.
Yeah. And it's
Now we're
gonna
standing
go-
below the jacks.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna go like I think like this, because it's
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
won't see much after that.
It
Yeah,
looks
it
like a rough cut stone something.
Hmm.
We need a
Is it,
person
are we
spell.
looking like down into like a low area, or
Or is it level or
Right. No. You can barely see the floor as it extends towards this big stone pillar, if you will.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
But it's
basically all
like
you see.
is it the same level as the kitchen or lower? That's what.
It's the same level. Yeah, sort of the same level. As
Okay.
you can tell. Yeah.
Why,
I wonder
why
why they
is
have-
the wall so thick here?
That's what I was gonna say. It's like random.
Well, okay, here's the thing. It's possible. I
Yeah.
don't know if this is something that we can really tell. We need a dwarf here. But the stone
Yeah.
that the wall is made up here,
Mhm.
is it the same sort of construction as this? Because it might be more like there was a central tower.
That's what I'm thinking. Like we have a
Yeah, and then
keep
they added
that's
on-
had
yeah.
additions on.
Yeah.
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 No. And that's just it too. Like the stonework is different. In fact, what you can tell is if well,
I mean, it
you know
looks
what?
different
Does
here,
anybody
right?
have stoneworking or not? Like I mean,
Yeah.
like, nobody has any.
Those aren't really things normally, and like it's a dwarven racial ability,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Okay.
They don't really
I
have
don't think anyone
quite
has
that
any
kind of breakdown of skills.
background that
Right.
would make sense.
Not me
Not
anyway.
Really.
Okay.
Not really.
Then
You know what,
then
Kyle's
no,
previous
you don't really
career-
notice. I mean, you notice that one is thicker than the other, but you don't know. You don't have any idea why or.
Well, I mean,
what's about
they look different, and I mean, obviously the windows are a lot deeper, and that's the sense you get that you had sort of a central keep at one point. We've had
Yeah.
rooms built
Oh,
on
that's fair.
on the outside.
It
or
looks
at
like
least
these are big, giant stones from what we can see on this map, and
Yeah.
these might be like smaller stones or bricks.
Mhm.
It might give us a sense that, yeah. All right.
well, that does look
Okay.
like great big, and that the
Yeah,
other
I
just
guess-
looks like a
We'll keep
wall.
scouting around the outside
Okay.
and trying to be quiet.
Right. So nothing has happened so far. You guys can
Yeah.
continue to look around. I'm going to go ahead and drag this so you can see this
Yeah.
opening to there.
Oh, no windows here.
Ooh.
No windows.
Or statues.
Yeah.
And we're back to the other kind of wall.
The interesting thing about this, because it is
You can see
taller,
a joint
but
here.
if you trying to think in terms of what you would see, you kind of get the sense, just because sometimes you can feel this sort of thing. It's not something that you have to see to sort of feel that this particular area is sort of open at the top.
What, like right here?
Okay, there's
Yeah.
like a courtyard in
Yeah.
there.
Sort
So
of.
we're
We're
not-
not seeing like the roof extend past.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. There's no
We're not
there's
seeing
no
a roof,
that
we're
you can
just
tell, or no
seeing a
semblance
wall.
of a roof. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how high is the wall?
The wall is probably at this particular point, because you're also going downhill a bit. Is
Yeah.
probably going to be around 20 feet to the top.
You said we could scale it. Okay.
Well,
Well, in the front you could, yes.
Big.
At the front,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Front.
lower at the
Okay.
back. But
Yeah.
if I give
Okay.
Tao a boost, I'm sure she can like get her hands on the top and sort of peek over.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
like,
First,
scramble
let's
and
peek around
jump
this corner
up
here
to
so
the
we get
top.
The fog of war
Yeah, okay.
on the edge.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, let's see what's around the corner before we do anything dumb.
Okay. So as you come around this corner here, there's indeed a. Need to go here. There's this one. Okay, you do see another statue.
We don't see anything because the fog of war.
We're not seeing anything.
All right, because I have to remember
It just
that
ends
that's
at
the thing.
that wall.
That's the thing, because again, that does more macromancy
That's okay.
for me. I have to remember
Does
to
it
do
not-
that.
I don't remember. Does it not keep like an overlay? Does it not like tint things red or something where the fog of war is? I'm pretty sure I've run this before like that.
I'm not sure, but I'm not getting anything like that. At least I don't even see what I've revealed. I have to remember.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Okay. We'll have to figure that out for next time. But yeah, there is normally an overlay where the areas of fog are like just tinted red or something like that, and the clear ones are not.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
can see what we've revealed.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
that
should
would
be
be
able to see
useful.
the statue now, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
These are all just humans, right? The statues.
They were
Back in there?
gargoyles. They have wings.
Gargoyles.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
This
there's another
guy?
window.
Yeah, you have a gargoyle.
I
Yeah,
think
like
that's a
him?
door.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, I thought they were like Medusa humans or something. But okay.
So is this a door or this is a door, right? Or is it a
Yes,
window?
right to the west of you there, directly to the
A
a
west
door,
of you is indeed
no
a door.
stairs here, just a door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have a handle on the outside or anything, or
Where's
or
the
is it
door?
like you're standing on it?
Oh, I thought it was a window. Okay, this is the door.
No,
Yeah.
right here. I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm not seeing. I can't tell if there's a wall there. It
yeah,
looks like an open gap to
I,
me.
I think we can assume it's a wall when it's between two walls and he hasn't like uncovered
Okay.
it, because it's a pain for him to go quite that level of precision.
Okay, that's all right. Just checking.
Yep.
I'll go back. I'm gonna see what you
So
Mm.
Well, I can't actually see what you see. That's the other thing too. I took off the. I can't see what you see. So if I normally I can click on you and I can be like, oh, what do they see? But I can't see that either.
No.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's other ways to use the tools. We'll figure them out for next time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I just
okay.
gotta learn is all.
But yeah, whatever is here, this wall presumably just is covered in black, so we can't quite see.
Okay, that's all right.
yeah, it's just
So just continue
It's
around the
off-edge.
building. We can come back and peek over after
Yeah,
we have
maybe.
a better
Doesn't seem to be any
idea.
problem with that. No.
And we're not
Yeah.
finding any sort of track. No human, animal, bears, or orcs. Nothing has
No.
come. There's nothing around any of these doors.
No, in fact, it's kind of interesting because around those doors you would think if anybody uses those
You
doors
would
at
think,
all,
yeah,
right?
something, yeah.
But
yeah.
no, the only tracks that did indeed happen were the ones that you found closer to the two front doors at the very beginning. There was some
Mhm.
footprints in and around there, but that's it. Like, and it didn't even extend past too far.
Yeah.
That you could tell.
All right, I'll keep dancing us around the building and
Yeah.
let's get
Okay.
this done.
All right, so we're going to open up some more map here. Go like that.
Yeah, and we got no windows there, so we just keep going.
Some damage to the building here, but
Yeah.
Is this
irrelevant.
little doodobby just a graphic thing or a door? I can't tell. Right
that-
there?
Yeah. That is like damage to the wall, but you technically wouldn't see
Okay.
that unless you were inside.
Okay.
So suspend
Alright.
disbelief.
Yeah.
Go like this, I guess. Boop. Try to get this.
so we'll
open.
have to figure out if we're bringing the half ogre in with us or not. We could just use the half ogre to boost us over that wall. Although there's a door there, so I guess we don't really need a boost to another door.
Yeah.
This place is lousy with them.
Lots
Yep.
of doors, not much in the way of windows or light or people who ever come out.
Briarstone, apparently there's like an
Yeah.
opacity setting that you can set for your fog of war, which will make it visible to
Right.
varying degrees.
Okay.
GM
Is that the one?
opacity.
Oh,
I
GM opacity. Oh. Ah! Oh my God! That is so amazing. All right, now I can see what the hell I've been doing.
And by amazing, you mean bare minimum of functionality.
Oh, I feel so much better now.
UI.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. That feels so much better. Okay, thank you guys. Also,
Excellent.
from here,
Oh, there's another window.
Yeah.
also
That's
this.
this. Yeah.
Also,
have a looky looky.
yeah, I'm sorry, I was getting to that. Yeah, there's a statue there.
What,
Yeah.
where? Oh,
Right there.
Right
where
over
you
the top of
stood.
you. That's one. Or you
All right,
climbed
I
on
should
top of
step
it.
on the statue because I'm sure these are totally just normal statues. It's
Sure,
fine.
they're just gargoyles.
It's fine.
They're only-
And look through the window.
They're only for
I like
show.
break off a horn.
Right. Okay. So you look through that window there. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can do that. Inside of here. Get this proper. You see. Let me just open it up like this, I guess. Like so. A bit of a dojo sort of type area.
Dojo.
And
Like a lowered spot in the middle?
there happens to be somebody right now.
Joe.
There's somebody, a female, sitting down, and there's 4 other of those monks, I guess, the masks. Go back over here.
Oh, we're about to see some badassery.
Standing around. Actually, yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to copy. Right, and then paste. Yes, there we go. And they're standing around over here.
So what are you seeing? Like 3 tables along the wall, and this is a lowered spot in the middle?
Yes, there's 3 tables against the wall. In fact, what I can do is I
Okay.
can read this to you as well.
Yeah, I'm betting they have like weapons and stuff on them.
This is going to be interesting. Right. Straw mats cover the floor of this large exercise room, and wooden racks along the walls hold quarterstaves, polearms, and various weapons commonly associated with martial arts. Doors exit to the north and the east. A triangular symbol is carved into the center of the room's western wall. Now, inside of here, besides the physical sort of stationary things, there happens to be, as I mentioned, this female monk sitting down, sort of cross-legged, if you will, in the middle of the room, surrounded by these 4 other monks, and they're all just sort of like breathing. That's it.
They're meditating.
They all have stone masks, or all but the female?
All but
or
the female
what?
in the middle.
Okay.
The female in the middle does not have anything on, but her eyes are indeed closed. And by anything on, I mean she has clothes on, but doesn't have any mask on. She has robes.
I think. I mean, we could storm this place. I mean, first of all, do we feel these people are bad and evil and things? Like
We don't
have
know. We could knock on the door, say hi.
could.
What are you doing?
We could storm the place aggressively, or we could sneak around and see what kind of information we could get.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that
'cause so
other
far
side
you guys
had
Some
have
of
no-
us
like,
are stealthy, like Eric. Eric's pretty stealthy. He can go and take care of that.
Was it,
Yeah,
you
we
guys
know
feel
I'm
very
not.
much like what do you call them? Like repo men, you know? You guys just walk up instead of like knocking on the front door. You're gonna go walking around and seeing what you can collect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are we going to take a
Right.
break today? Because this is the time for it.
Okay,
That's
yeah, it
perfect
is.
time,
It is
right.
halftime.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so good. We are going to take a break, and these guys are going to decide what they're going to be doing next. I'm so glad that I figured out this fog of war thing. Thank you very
Yeah,
much
it's
for helping me
Good.
along.
Yeah, I like this.
Um,
I like this
and
better.
yeah. If this feels better than to you guys, then that is indeed what I'll use from here on out. Because yeah, I get it. It does feel it's very black too. It does feel very claustrophobic, especially in this map because this map
Just
is
a lot
so
of little
close.
things, like as soon as we move out of range, we can't see each other
Yeah,
anymore.
if you're looking over
and
at
it's like
chat and you guys move,
one person's talking about
don't
what
even
they
know where
see
you're at.
and nobody knows anything.
Yeah.
Right, I understand that.
So,
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Then
This is good.
yeah. So we're gonna have this.
Earlier, people have the memory of a goldfish, so as soon as we leave an area, we forget what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can't stand. Unless, of course, you have an intelligence of 4. Anyway, be
we'll
right
be
back,
back in
everybody.
just a
We're going to
minute.
grab some beverage. Maybe you should too. Greetings, you people. We are back, ready to get back into it. What's going to happen at this monastery? We don't know yet. I suppose it all depends on the actions of our heroes. Hello, Quill.
Hello.
And Demonac.
Greetings.
And joined here with us once again is the lovely A Kiss for Luck. Very good. So we are going to go ahead and get some FaceTime continuum once again in 3 and 2 and 1. And faces, everybody. Is around.
Face.
Yeah.
Face.
We're gonna do. Where is it?
Face.
Just there.
Oh.
Okay. Out of the way. There. Perfect. So you
All
guys
right,
have
so we've
installed-
looked in all the windows. We've looked in all the windows. Haven't yet found that 60-inch plasma with the missed payments, but
as the repo.
The repo.
heroes.
Repo Eric.
yeah, no. So what do we want to do?
So these guys are just sitting around meditating.
Yep.
We saw 4 cooks in the back kitchen and
Yep.
like a wash shop room or something. And you said at the far north of this building, there was no roof on one section. It was just a wall.
Right.
Yeah, there's a
So
courtyard
there's probably
back there.
something over. Why don't we go just peer in there before
Yeah.
we knock on doors or start
That's-
killing people?
That's the inclination. We could get Gira to help give Tao like a lift over the wall. You could like first peek over, and then if it looks clear, you could go and open the door and let us in.
I mean, the door may not be locked, but
No.
at the very least, we want to peek over the wall first to know what we're getting into, and then we can
Definitely.
open
And
the door.
Gira has the
Now-
strength to easily get you up there.
Yeah.
With it, when we were heard about these stone masks before, and I'm sorry, guys, I'm not remembering
these
nothing.
ones-
These
here?
8 o'clock Sunday morning things are. Do we have a reason to believe that this is evil, bad? They're going to attack us. Is there some reason 2 of us couldn't hide or 3 of us couldn't hide, and somebody could just knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm a wanderer coming through, looking for a
Well,
drink of water" or something? Just to-
Lisan feels like the orc's in this building now, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the next
Feels like,
question. So
interestingly enough, it's sort of dragging you into the ground. Feels like you want to go down.
there's
underground.
orcs underground,
Why does that sound
which
like?
means
again,
That sounds like a
these
movie.
guys could
We've seen
orcs
no
underground.
we've seen no evidence yet that these people are doing anything nefarious at all.
Oh wait,
Mhm.
I will
mean,
point out though.
Cooks and monks.
This again, this does look like someplace that Eric has seen in his dream. That seems
Yes.
to have something to do with his brother. Maybe or maybe not. Case in stone, whatever that's about. Also, Tao. This is also very familiar to you. Maybe I should have brought this up earlier on.
Mhm.
Very familiar to you as well, because if you remember when you guys were ambushed on the road,
Oh, this is the place.
Yeah.
this looks very familiar.
Okay. Yeah, so you know what? And I mean, we were ambushed by people associated with cults and things, and masks and stuff feel very cultish. I mean, I don't think it's meta for our players to be assuming that this may be linked in some way to some of these earth cults we've been dealing with.
Okay.
Yeah, with the
We're not
extra,
necessarily going to go in and like start just stabbing people blindly,
Mm-hmm.
no,
but
but
we're going to
with
assume
the
that this is probably not good.
We're just
Yeah,
going
when-
to trespass.
when Tao
and
shares
see
the
if
extra
they get
intel,
upset.
that when Tao shares her piece, that's like, okay, now we're pretty sure this is a bad place.
Okay.
That still doesn't mean that everyone in it is bad, but yeah,
Because-
now we're much more confident in just like rating it sort of.
And I had
Nice.
told people at the time that I had that vision. So.
Right.
Yeah.
In my sense, orcs underground could simply mean that they're in the dungeon. I mean,
Mhm,
that alone
mhm.
could mean these guys are our potential friends. But maybe,
Yeah.
but with everything else put together, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
right,
whatever you
so-
guys want to do. At this
We'll
point.
get
Yeah, we wanna-
Kira over
we wanna
here.
go
Kira
around.
boost me over.
Yeah.
Find my little guy here. I don't know where
Just
she
do the
is.
thing where I get a
Down
foot in
south.
and just whoop, like that, and then
Yeah,
I
just like-
somersault onto the wall, land, all cat-like.
Okay. So
or at least that's the idea.
do a I definitely could get up there, but do an acrobatics check. Make sure that everything goes smoothly.
Yeah.
You might want to re-roll that.
I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I should probably luck that. This might be a dangerous place to fuck up completely.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it wasn't.
You just smashed into the wall and fell. That's all.
It
Well, I
wasn't.
thought I'd land
Bloody
and then be
nose.
like, whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah.
Fall in.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as deft as you usually are. Maybe because you wasn't expecting that the wall at top to be as thin as it was. That could be a thing. So instead of falling in, however, you do maintain your balance on the top of the wall, and peering inside, you see. I'll just unveil it there.
I mean, ideally, I would just be able to sort of peek up. I guess. I mean, that might be the thing. Actually, is he just boost me up enough so that I can grab the top of the wall and then sort of peer over? That actually
Yeah,
makes a lot more
it's-
sense.
Ooh.
It's still there's still airtime involved because it's like 20 feet up from here because
Yeah.
the ground's lower. But yeah, you just really get you up enough that you can catch the wall and then sort of just pull yourself over.
Yeah.
Little
Also,
chin
in
up.
case there was anyone in there, then
We
Yeah.
have a
landing on the
garden.
wall would be pretty visible. What the heck? It's pretty. I don't know what the star pillar thingies are.
Garden
Right, the
with
star pillar
stars upon
thingies are
stars.
just actual pillars. There's nothing
Okay.
spectacular
They're
that you
just
can see
pillars.
from here.
Okay.
They just look pretty. Okay.
Yeah, they're just like you're
Or
not
they're
I mean,
traps.
garden area. Where is the? There it is. So
1, 2,
I can read this to you as well.
6, 7 of them. And a
A
big
walled
rock in the middle.
garden shelters beneath the northern wall of the monastery. The garden is poorly kept, although some effort has been made to clear footpaths through the overgrowth. A garden gate to the northeast leads out of the garden.
Right.
3 doors open into the monastery at the southeast, south, and western side of the garden.
Right.
The statues in the garden are particularly lifelike.
Oh, these are statues.
These are not pillars. These are statues of humans, humanoid.
Right, because I had forgotten that bit. That would be,
Oh,
pretty
particularly lifelike. Oh, goody.
particularly lifelike.
Of what? Of what?
Humanoids.
Elf, dwarven, human,
There's a mix.
demons with wings. What are we looking at?
No.
Briarstone doesn't see race.
You don't, you don't see anything gargoyle-ish inside of here, but you do see, just sculptures, if you will. We're gonna call them sculptures.
All right. I'm going to drop down. Oh, I can't. I think the wall dividers thing is not allowing me to move my token.
I didn't realize that it was still blocked off. All right, let's see. Reveal areas. It should be fine. Is it not? How about
No,
now?
whatever lines were used to draw like the vision blockers, you can't drag.
Oh,
our people
that
through.
right.
Yeah.
So we need to.
We can teleport our pawns into the fog of war areas. It doesn't do anything for us, but
No.
It's like damned invisible walls.
Get rid of that, and we'll get rid of.
there we go.
Cool.
So I'm gonna drop down inside, and then open the door. Well, actually, Eric could potentially test the door first to see if it's
Is
locked.
it locked? It just open.
If you want,
Yeah.
I'll see if. I'll
So
see if it's locked.
as you fall behind the door.
Well, hold on. First,
Okay.
Eric is gonna check to see if the door is locked.
Okay, and
At
it-
first, okay.
Yeah, the door
Okay.
is indeed locked.
So then I drop down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna go back here.
Now,
Trigger
these are
trap.
humanoid stone statues that look particularly lifelike. I guess Eric can't see these yet, can he?
No. Only
We
Tao
don't
can
know
actually see them.
if one of them
Yeah.
is your brother.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I was
could
gonna say.
do that in just a moment. But right now, because there's been noted a trespasser, this statue here comes to life
Oh!
and starts lumbering forward
Ah!
and will attack the nearest trespasser,
Ah.
with us, right?
which is this one.
So,
We keep asking
currently-
for the ogre. I've asked for the ogre to be with us a few times. So I don't
we're-
know where he
we're
is
gonna
because
leave it.
I can't
You
move
guys
him.
know I shouldn't be the one in control of this order. Where is he?
Yeah, but I can't. Make me in control and I'll
Yeah.
haul him around. But or
That's true.
one of us. but
Where is he?
I
Anyway?
can't.
Top
he's
left.
on the
Last
left
I saw-
top left corner.
Top left.
Way over
By-
to the west.
By the
Get it over
washroom.
there. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's coming. He's running really
he's
fast.
coming. He's been with us. Get him up here.
I know.
He boosted me over the wall.
There we go.
We came all the
That's
way
right, yeah.
around
Yeah.
and back
So
again.
he's basically
So-
right here, I guess. Or maybe he boosted you over the corner because, you
So
know, it's
Eric's-
Don't worry,
Eric's-
guys.
yeah.
I'm safe on the other side of the wall. The gargoyle can't get me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
very good. So everybody, roll initiative. And we're going to
Oh, bloody hell. Here we go.
let's make it happen. We got combat, everybody.
I gotta, woo, stop that.
Right, well, it's a good thing he has the
Oh, there it
surprise
is.
round. Because his initiative is poop.
Poof.
Poop. I
Mine
say.
isn't brilliant.
He doesn't get anything. He doesn't get any bonuses.
Oh, that high roll was me. Cool. So Eric's
Yeah.
currently got his shield. His armor is still like beat up by acid. Unfortunately, with monks around, it's probably not a great place to get better armor. But I am currently equipped with a big, thick walking stick that I picked up as we were going along.
Okay.
Which I mentioned at some point, but probably nobody heard.
Speak softly and carry a big stick. We know that one.
Yep.
Very good. Well, this gargoyle, fortunately, has a surprise round because he rolled a 1, and he doesn't have any modifiers for his initiative. But here he goes. It sort of like makes it work where he still gets to go first. Whatever. Good. And he's going to do his attacks. That is going to mean that I guess Eric, you're the closest one.
Sure.
We are going to.
Things better hit less hard than the friggin' slimes in the other place.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm worried about like damage resistance.
Easily hits. Is going to do.
Yeah, I'm only AC 16 right now with the shield because my
Yeah.
armor's crap.
And he rolled a 19, so that was easily enough.
Yep.
He's going to do 10 points of damage. That is
minus 3
non-magic.
because it's physical. Yeah.
Actually, It is, yeah, piercing damage.
Okay, so I take 7, which is exactly my
Oh, he's
temporary
flying,
hit points. But he's got multiple attacks, it sounds like.
Yeah. And then he's going to hit AC 18 again. So that's going to be 10 points of damage once again.
Ow, so another 7. Okay,
And
ow.
that's his move. Very good. Now it is whose turn? It's going to be Tal's turn.
To do what? She's on the other side of the wall.
Tal, you can start trying to pick the lock.
Well,
you can open the
really
door.
Still a lock on this side.
Yep. There's a
Yeah,
key.
I guess it makes sense because in the old it was just like the see-through like the keyhole, right? So there's not like I can just
You're
pop
just
the
not
lock
a
on this one.
bolt or something
No,
that you can
it's
pull
an
back.
actual key.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Key.
luckily,
Funny.
even though I never thought that this made any sense, luckily it is just a single action to pick a lock. So woo. And what it is, it's going to be a dexterity check using thieves' tools, which I'm proficient in, so I can add +2. So it's exactly the same as any of my other proficient ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, it's going to be skulking, but it's not.
Ooh.
14.
I don't think.
What? What is this
it might
not
be.
thinking?
Um,
No to be not thinking.
I'm making doubly sure. Doubly sure.
Yeah, DCs aren't quite as high in 5th Ed as they would be.
They're not. I'm wondering
no,
if
you're
the
right.
lock might have a high. No?
Yeah. So you
Okay.
pop it. Yeah.
Probably DC 12. I think.
Actually,
good
this one
lock, I think it's
this one
12.
was DC 10. So whatever.
Okay, so that's an average lock, I think.
Yeah.
So all right,
Okay.
that is my action, but at least I popped the lock and opened the door.
Okay.
Yep.
So okay, the door is now open. You guys can escape in
Alright.
through the door and shut it. No. That's gonna be Tal's turn. Eric, your move.
When does the ogre go? Does the ogre go?
No one rolled for the ogre apparently.
I'm putting it on. I'm doing it right now.
We can't.
This is why we did you a favor and didn't have the ogre in the last dungeon, but it nearly killed us. So now we
'Cause
have
I
the ogre.
forget.
I think we need the help here.
Who cares about the
I
ogre?
guess-
It's gonna be this
I
guy.
don't know how tough this thing is, but I guess I'm going to use my Warlock's Hex on him and just hope that I don't lose that concentration on it from getting hit. So, yeah, so I use that as bonus action, and then I will try and smash him with a big stick. Oh, damn it.
That
Oh.
is
Roll was going to be an
not
18.
gonna hit. I don't think.
It's
No,
not a
it's
good
not.
start.
No,
Yeah, waste all those 20s.
no, that does
No.
not hit at all.
Of course not. Okay.
And
I think that's about
Lasan.
it, yeah.
Lasan is going to get a crit.
That's going to hit.
8 piercing
Fine.
and then 2 extra. I don't believe there's any. What's he got? Yeah, no, he does. Okay, so that's going to be resistance is half damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to do 10, so
Shoot.
5 damage.
Okay. It
Shoot.
takes half from piercing. I bet it takes half from slashing as well, but I'm hoping bludgeoning it does full. I don't know what gargoyles are going to be like in here.
It might just be resistance to non-magical or something.
But,
Although her weapon is
Lasan's bow
magical.
magic.
My
Yeah.
bow is magic.
Right.
Woo!
That is
Thank you
true. I
for
forgot about that.
remembering.
Is there any
Yes.
extra initiative on anything extra? No, it's just a +1 on this particular thing. So yeah, no, you hit. That's good with the crit, and that's going to do 10 damage. Right. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Woohoo! Storm
what was your
bow.
starting-
I like it.
I forget what you.
You know, I
actually
keep
did, 5.
thinking it was called Storm Hammer, and I keep thinking Storm Bow would be fine, but then I think of Strong Bow every time I say Storm Bow. I think of the drink. It's just too close.
Very good. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
So things aren't near as dire as they were just a second ago. So
I
now
like it.
It's not a
this
dire
guy
gargoyle.
has a really good chance to do some damage because he is who he is.
Very annoying.
Basically, a player character has a half ogre. Let's go, and what is that to hit? That is going to miss. Never mind.
No.
So he doesn't get to hit. He swung hard and swung too hard. He missed. So that's his go. Gargoyle now gets to go.
That's
He's
not
gonna
very good.
pound on, I think, Eric a little bit more.
Probably.
Just go ahead and roll the 1, right? Just roll them. So that's gonna do plus that's 17 to hit AC.
That's going to hit me because my armor's beat up
Yeah.
from the acid.
And that's going to be. I keep forgetting this guy's thing. Is it just the 1? It is just the 1. So 5 points of damage.
5, so I take 3 or 2. Sorry.
And let's do it again. Okay, that's a bit better. Although he missed. Never mind.
Okay, I do have to make a Constitution save effectively to not lose my spell. You
Okay.
gotta remember that when I have it, because it's concentration. It's DC 10 if the damage is not high. Awesome. Okay.
So that's unfortunate.
So I lose my hex after doing 0 damage with it. Awesome.
So Tao, you can now move through. Actually, you can just poke around the corner if you want.
Yeah, I like that because
These squares are 10-foot squares, by the way, so you guys can easily fit inside.
Yeah, it felt like that based on how we're moving.
So he
Yeah.
traveled 30 feet and still got a surprise on us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
see why not. I mean, we were 100% convinced that this is just a normal statue with nothing weird going on.
100%.
They hadn't
Obviously. Why
reacted
would I put it
previously.
there if it was
Sure.
anything but, you know?
Okay. Tower smash.
All right, I'm going to stab with the star motif dagger.
Okay. So that is magical, too. That is
and
going...
I stab. Am I going to re-roll this? I already used 1 luck. I think I got to budget my luck a little bit here. So I'm 11?
No, that doesn't hit.
Help.
Yeah.
Ah!
No, it does not hit. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's my bonus action. I'll magically focus my secondary dagger,
Mhm.
so it will count as magic, but I don't get to attack with it because I used my bonus action this turn. So.
Okay.
Future rounds.
All right.
Okay,
so...
I will, as a bonus action, I will magically focus my stick. Which sounds like a joke,
Magic.
but will actually count as magical.
All right.
And
Right.
there we go, 17.
That is going to hit.
So take 11 points of bludgeoning, which does count as a magical weapon.
Magical damage. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
That
even though it's just a big stick I found in the woods literally like half an hour ago.
that gives him a good crack, like a good
Wow,
smack
that's
in
a
the
good damage roll.
and the area around the neck connected to the chest there where you struck him really hard does indeed flick off some stone.
Yeah. It'd be nice if it was still hexed.
Yeah. Lasan,
Yes.
with your magical bow of magicalness
Do
that you had to
it.
fight really hard to get. That's definitely going to hit, and that is max damage.
Nice.
13, and that I take all of it because it's magical damage. Okay. All right,
away.
things are currently very
I'm
quickly
liking
looking
the
bad
bow.
for this
I'm
thing.
liking the bow. This is good.
Bow is good. It is now ogre turn.
Bow is good.
Ogre time. Ogre's gonna
ogre.
hit. That's gonna be for.
Okay.
That's
Although it's not using a magic item.
no. It's,
But
Presumably.
it does hit hard, I bet.
Yeah.
wait, no, he's two-handing it. Balls. I rolled the wrong thing. Sorry. 1 second. Well, it might be end up being worse actually. Hopefully not. Nope. That's average. So 15 points. Yes, 15 points of damage. So he takes 7, I guess. Right. He doesn't feel as strong as you guys all of a sudden. It's like Ogre's like, well, you know, I'm this half Ogre's like, boom, and it doesn't do quite what he thought it was gonna do. And now it's the Gargoyle's turn. He's gonna continue, I guess, beating on, well, the one that he's been beating on, but happens to also have a magical weapon now out of nowhere. That's going to be a 21 AC. Is
Nope.
going to do and so these are there's two attacks together. Actually, I should probably tell you one attack at a time. So it's 7 damage.
Yeah. Okay, so take 4.
I think it's 7. Pretty sure it's 7. Yeah, 7 damage, and then 6 damage.
Okay, I'll take 3 from that. So, ow, but the smaller attacks are much, much better.
Okay, and then yeah, the other 2 were just really well done, I suppose. So we got Tao. Tao, is your go.
Yay! All right, so now I have 2 magic weapons. So I'm going to attack with the star motif dagger first.
Right,
18
that does hit.
Yep.
for 9. I don't know if I'll use. You know what? I'm going to use like 1 point of psionic damage.
What does that do?
Yeah, sounds about right. Just gonna do 1d10 extra. Right?
Yep. Yeah!
So that's 11 total points of
I've turned
damage.
from like a killing machine to like a tickling machine here. So yes, that's
Yeah.
11.
11 points of damage will drop it. It just
Oh.
takes it down. In fact, the extra psionic damage, I'm going to say, because he's made out of stone, kind of
It just
has it
crumbles.
sort of, it just like moves
Yeah.
and shudders and
Pebbles.
goes, it just turns into like just granite. And it
Pebbles.
just falls apart. And that is that one. He is done. Good job at protecting, loser. All right.
All right, well,
Yeah, catch
heal
a
up
breather.
there quickly. We need to know exactly how much
Yeah, we
noise
need to
happened
know
here.
whether I want to move over here first and just see if we see another gargoyle coming. Wasn't there one down there? Yeah.
You do not see another gargoyle coming.
And I hide in the brush right here,
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
so I can keep an eye on the garden.
How long do you
and
guys
the
wanna
doorways
wait?
here?
Oh,
Nothing's
minutes.
coming.
no, not too long. They moved pretty fast. We just want like 30 seconds or something, almost, just like to see if they're like coming around the building, because we have okay sight lines, especially the ones from the kitchen area.
Mhm.
If the ones from the kitchen area were aggroed as well, then we would see them pretty
Nothing's
quickly.
coming. Yeah,
You don't see anything coming, and after I'm gonna say 40 seconds, you still don't see anything.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
Okay.
And nothing's in the garden going on in the garden either, so that's good.
So you might want to heal me since we're
Just
out
a
of
little
bit.
combat. And if we are out of
Just
combat,
a
then I
little
just
bit.
take 7 on my like false life thing to regain temporary hit points there.
Pure skull. That one.
9.
9.
Okay.
Is that enough?
No, but like I think we'll make do for now.
All right.
I still have a fair amount of hit points.
So we're going in the garden,
Yep.
and you're
Yeah.
going to have a look to see do any of these people, and bring our ogre guy in with us, or are we
yeah.
gonna have
I'm on
him
it.
guard
I'm
the
grabbing
door?
the ogre. Actually, I'm on the roll.
So I am
Bam, man.
Come here.
with the visions I've been having. I'm particularly on the lookout for like my brother being turned to stone.
Yes.
So I'm very quickly like
Looking around.
grab onto the fact that I should be checking all of these. Yep. Any
Right.
of
So
them
you
look
check
like
all
Alexei?
these
Forgetting.
statues,
Yeah.
and there doesn't seem to be any indication that these are your brother.
Okay. Is there anyone else that we recognize? I mean, probably not, but
No.
Yeah.
And they come in. There's different races in here, and they seem to be of different means of dress.
Mhm.
Not at all, nobility. Just more.
What's their expression like?
A lot of them.
They're like,
no,
Yeah.
just sort of a blank, just a blank stare.
okay.
And they're all just kind of standing there. They're not in like they were running and
Nope.
froze, or
Nope.
they're just standing. Everybody's standing nice.
what's with
and
this
simple.
big stone here?
Yeah.
That's not a statue, right? And it looks flat on top. It's kind of weird.
It's actually a very tall stone pillar. You could try to scale it if you want. It might take some time, to be honest, because it's pretty tall. But
It has irregular sizes, though. It's like weirdly sort of like natural looking,
yeah, it is.
other than the fact that we can see here that it's flattened on top, and Tao probably would have seen that when she went over the wall. But
Yeah, actually, it's
Yeah,
even
okay.
taller than the wall is too. So
oh yeah,
it's one of those things. It
Okay.
sort of like pokes up. In fact, something I should have mentioned. As you were outside the walls, you would have seen it, even over the 20-foot wall.
Right.
It's pretty tall.
Oh.
okay. It's very interesting. I don't see any actual reason I would want to climb it.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in seeing, poking through these windows or peeking through these windows.
Which
Yeah.
ones? Okay, so you're gonna go for that one.
There's 2.
Well, I'm gonna start with the one on the right where I am.
Yeah.
Okay, so right there. Let's
prop you
do
up.
that one. Gonna reveal this area here.
What do we see?
Hmm?
Show me.
Barrels?
They don't look like barrels. They look like taps or something,
What?
or like levers.
1 second there. Doot, doot.
Now they're like big jars with like the spouts coming out on top, and then like a couple of pots
Yeah.
underneath them to catch the drippings or
It-
something.
Honestly, as you poke
Oh,
your head through the window, you
distillery.
get hit
Oil.
with
Beer.
as you poke your head through the window, just looking there, you get hit with a massive waft of
They're monks.
spirits.
Beer.
Yeah,
It's
like
beer.
something is being fermented right here.
They're big beer barrels. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, and I guess we'll go over and prop up and check the next one.
Okay. And nobody is actually noticing you, or
So it seems like, even though we did maybe make some alarm over there.
They have a disadvantaged perception because of the masks.
Beverages, yes.
Okay. Now inside this room, you see like a little small bed. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll read the
Yes.
I'll read the thing.
It's a cell. It's a monk's cell. It's got a bed and a table and a
This
whatever.
large
Some
room
mitochondria.
contains a wooden table with 4 chairs, a small working desk, several, I don't know, macrame wall hangings,
Nice.
and a single pallet on a low stone shelf set against the west wall. To the north, a barred window, which is the one you're looking through, looks out over the garden.
The window that likes to sing.
So, and that's all you see in there right now.
I'm kind of inclined to go and like go through this door.
Which one? That one?
That one there.
I'm kind of inclined to do that. Or maybe, I mean, we could go back here. I'm betting this like accesses maybe just like more of like a tool sheddy kind of area almost, but it might have stairs that lead into the rest. Like I want to get inside this, or we could go straight for the big room.
Yeah, this seems like kind of an unimportant sort of area.
You're right.
Like here seems like an important area. Here seems like with the stairs, we don't know what's going to be there at all.
And that's the bigger, thicker wall. I mean, we can see that the wall is here is thick. There's almost like a porch before the door. That seems like the central, like the one right for the heart of things, right?
Doesn't make sense for us to dawdle around the lower priority areas and increase the chance of getting caught.
Yeah, the thing is,
we just, YOLO right for the middle.
It's not like these are orcs. Like I don't feel like we have an impetus to go around and like assassinate every person in here and try and take out all the weenies first.
Yeah.
Like if this was a place full of orcs and there were just like some regular orcs doing work, then I could see us going through, especially with you guys,
picking them all off.
Trying to go through and pick them off and take like the small fries first before aggroing anything big. But this is kind of different. Just like we don't want to just like go in and murder everyone till they give us a reason.
Yeah.
So we're going to go in as trespassers instead, so they would have a reason to attack us, thinking that we're the bad evil guys.
Isn't that great?
And if you'd like some D&D distilled down to its awesome essence, check out the illustrated Tales from My D&D campaign.